Hold on, so nobody was gonna let me know that the mall is gone? Not gone like disappeared, but gone like a classmate from high school you randomly run into 20 years later seemingly standing there, but we both know only one of us is actually here, but the other is only there in the literal sense. Well, if that makes any. Oh, and if you're new here, I'm your host, Sal G. But like I was saying, the mall still exists, technically, but it ain't quite the mall how we remember it. I usually get my man to paint the picture, but he ain't out here, so allow me to paint the picture how the mall used to be the weekend destination. The mall at that time was like a routine vacation. You know, a place where you could buy sneakers, get rejected by, or get a girl's number from another school, eat endless bourbon chicken off of toothpicks for free, and somehow still leave with a Scarface poster, a bottle cap belt, and still catch the 9 p.m. scary movie. All with the same hot dub somehow. And I'm not speaking from theory. I grew up going to the mall that had a Babbage's and a Funko Land. If you know either of those now, your knees crack when you stand up. They had an arcade, a real arcade. Not these new luxury arcades where you load up a card and every game costs $2.75 and want your email address and the last 4 of your social. I'm talking sticky buttons and joysticks, pause. NBA Jam, that X-Men game, Mortal Kombat, and somebody's older brother leaning over your shoulder saying, "You don't know the fatalities?" I did, but back up. Hell, I even remember when Hex turned into Macy's, which was low-key my first lesson in corporate consolidation. One day it was Hex, next day it was Macy's, and nobody explained why. Same building, same perfume cloud, same interior, just now instead of beige and brown, it's now red and white. And my malls used to have no shortage of shoe stores neither, with actual Nike accounts, meaning every shoe store got the big Jordan and Nike release. I mean, my go-to mall, shout out to St. Charles, growing up, had a Foot Locker, a Champs, an Athlete's Foot, which is a wild store name now in retrospect, and a Finish Line. That was 4 different places to be told, we don't have that shoe in your size, but would you like some socks and some shoe cleaners? No, I came here for the foams. But that was the mall culture I grew accustomed to. I think I should emphasize, at this time at the mall, it wasn't all about window shopping. I mean, you would put together and try on fits you couldn't afford, but you also applied to jobs for the 30% discount and never bothered to call you back. And then you would see crushes you knew would be there, but still act surprised to see them. You even saw the class clown with their parents doing something you never seen them do, like be on their best behavior. But I say all that to say this. I think I have a theory as to why malls are struggling today. I think it's because the whole formula broke. You see, the old malls, well actually all malls, needed department store anchors like Sears and JCPenney's and Hex, well Macy's, Belts and Dillard's and Eves and Kohl's and Profits and Hills and Nordstrom's and Bergdorf to Neiman's and Saks Fifths to Bloomingdale's and Mervyn's and Lord and Taylor's and of course DC's own Woody's and Garfinkel's, to name a lot, because department stores like these were designed to drive traffic into the mall. So once those stores started closing, shrinking, and losing their grip on the mall, well that caused the rest of the mall to lose that traffic too. Also around this time, online shopping started to go mainstream and had the audacity to throw in free shipping just to get you hooked. They knew what they was doing. And I'm not even talking just about Amazon yet neither. Even though Amazon was the criminal who left the door cracked while scoping out society with just books at first, but they was definitely plotting behind the scenes while department stores were quietly shutting down. The malls were abruptly raising the rent. The mall customers' habits started changing. The bad food court foods got worse. The news started pushing the rise in the fear of crime. And all in the meantime, Amazon was slowly writing, well coding, the perfect recipe of the solution to the problem they were creating. So in February 2005, they quietly rolled out Amazon Prime. Then 4 years later, in 2009, they said, oh, we can get it to you the same day or tomorrow. So sit back, relax, rest your nerves and your feet. We got you. Oh, and if the malls hadn't been through enough, COVID just walked in and hit the lights and unplugged the life support. Because once people got used to buying socks, cologne, video games, birthday gifts, shoes, groceries, and emotional support air fryers online, it was hard to convince them to come back to circling a parking lot for 19 minutes just to find out the mall only has 3 stores left, and one of those stores is just a kiosk that sells phone cases shaped like vintage phones. And the crazy part, that's kind of the whole story of malls. We built these giant monuments to go shopping, then shopping changed, and America said, we need more parking, more high-rise apartments, or a new hospital. But where can we put it? How about we gut and tear down that old mall? Yeah, that should fix it. So back in PG County, Maryland, where I came up, I seen the USA Arena, or Cap Center as I'll always call it, was where the Washington Bullets hosted home games. And that's where Allen Iverson played those legendary Georgetown games. Anywho, it was torn down and turned into an outside strip mall called the Boulevard, equipped with a Magic Johnson branded theater. Hell, Gladys Knight's restaurant introduced me to chicken and waffles well before I tried Roscoe's out west. And believe it or not, for a limited time, it was a sneaky spot to cop Red Jordans. Shout out to Harold Penner. Those who know. Anyways, but now the movie theater's still there, but no longer equipped with Magic Johnson's name, and the strip mall is completely gone. And it's now all a hospital? I mean, that is definitely useful. And I'm sure it's important, and it even might have been necessary, but it's still wild to see. Then I move out to LA thinking, okay, malls out here are probably still thriving. And boy, was I wrong. Well, the Grove is under constant construction, but it's still seemingly pretty popular with the outdoor shopping experience. But spots like the infamous Beverly Center, not so much. And granted, the ever-changing Beverly Center is still standing, still got uber expensive high-end stores, and it is still shaped like a UFO. But word on the street is that the top floor used to have a movie theater, and there was a food court. No way. So after giving it a Google search, apparently they did have a theater that closed permanently in 2010, and the food court was taken out in 2014. But while I was doing my research, what shocked me most was apparently there was a Hard Rock Cafe out front too. Because nothing screamed 90 action movies quite like a Hard Rock Cafe with a car embedded into the logo. Moving on, I got sidetracked. But I'm almost certain every city got that one mall that used to be packed every weekend, and now it's just a gutted Sears on an end cap and a bunch of stores you can't figure out who their targeted audience is. Cause we all remember getting dropped off or riding 5 deep in a coupe to a mall. It was where you discovered and judged fashion. You listened and cop new music, you traded in and played demos of games, tried on sneakers that was sure to be sold out by the time you could afford them. It's where you learned how to flirt outside of school. It's where you experienced social anxiety for the first time. It's where you got tested to see if you could get peer pressure or not, and learn whether or not your friends were your actual friends when they left you in the Spencers to experience your first jump scare with the animatronic life-size scream doll that used to hang out in the back of the store. You know who you are, and I will never forgive you. But now, all that happens on your phone. Your group chat is the food court, TikTok is the arcade, Amazon is the department store, Instagram is the place where people walk around hoping to be seen, DoorDash is the pretzel stand, and dating apps replaced that terrifying moment where you had to walk up to somebody near Claire's and say,
"So what school you go to?"
Man, the mall can't come back the same way because the reason we initially needed it no longer exists. And I'm not gonna look back with rose-colored glasses because malls weren't perfect. Some were expensive, some were and got unsafe, and most became neglected. Truthfully, it feels like developers said, you know what people loved about malls? Let's price all that love right out. Cause the malls used to give us a third place to catch up. Not school, not a friend's basement, but rather a place to wander, a place to run into people, a place where $20 felt like enough to make a plan for Saturday and execute it. Now every public place either wants you to pay for parking to be there, download the app to participate, or scan a QR code for a discount that includes a subscription. I mean, I could be romanticizing how the mall experience was, but this isn't just about retail dying. It's a whole, lack of a better term, social ritual that got replaced by convenience. And unfortunately, we all know convenience always wins, even though nobody wants to admit it. We traded the mall for the ability to order tube socks and a matcha at 1:13 a.m. while watching a documentary about a cult that forces you to wear tube socks and drink matcha. And not to be cliche, but this is America. So I guess just like the sneaker game, while I'm at it, I might as well get the mall a headstone at this point too. So as I bow my head, I'd like to send my condolences to Babbage's. And while you're at it, let Uncle Leia know we'll never forget and never forgive those trade-in scams. Also, salute to Up Against the Wall for God knows without style. Salute to my man JD and to Hex. Your grandma aesthetics are gone but never forgotten. But on the bright side, at least I can still go to Iverson Mall while I'm home and get a pound of Snickerdoodles cookies. Or at least for now, last I heard. And if those cookies is gone too, then I'm officially building me a time machine in my DeLorean to take me back to 2001. Man, y'all subscribe, comment, and share. And y'all take care. Peace.